Alrighty, so the Johnny Depp versus Amber Heard defamation lawsuit trial has finally come to a close, and the jurors handed out a deliberation that I personally was not expecting. As of today, the jury that was sitting in on the trial found both Johnny Depp and Amber Heard liable for defamation against each other. So, in the deliberation, the jury awarded Johnny $10 million in compensatory damages and $5 million in punitive damages, while Amber Heard was only awarded $2 million in compensatory damages. So, for those of you who don't know the difference between compensatory damages and punitive damages, compensatory damages are intended to recompense someone who has experienced loss, suffering, or injury. So, in this case, the jury said that both Depp and Heard were were negatively impacted by actions of the other person, and therefore the other person had to pay the other person. And punitive damages, on the other hand, are damages that come as a result of the other person intending to harm you. So essentially, punitive damages are damages from actions that were intentional. So in this case, the jury deemed that the damage done to Johnny Depp by Amber was intentional, whereas the damage done to Amber by Johnny Depp was unintentional. However, punitive damages in the state of Virginia are limited to $350,000. So it sounds like that's all that Johnny got from as far as punitive damages go. Now, as for the verdict itself, for those of you that have been watching my videos, you'll know that I was fully expecting, or I was definitely expecting Johnny to win this case and be granted compensation for the damages that Amber has done to him. But I was not expecting Johnny to have to pay anything to Amber because, well, the damage done to Amber was her doing these actions. Johnny just brought them up. Now, Johnny was not present in court today, but Amber was, and in a statement, she said to the court that she is heartbroken over the verdict. In a statement, she said, "The disappointment I feel today is beyond words. I'm heartbroken that the mountain of evidence was still not enough to stand up to the disproportionate power, influence, and sway of my ex-husband," Heard said. What mountain of evidence did you bring up to show that Johnny defamed you? Every single piece of every single piece of evidence that I can think of was debunked and was essentially nullified. Johnny, on the other hand, did not have as many nullifications for his evidence against you, Amber. I'm even more disappointed with what this verdict means for other women, she continued. It is a setback. It sets back the clock to a time when a woman who spoke up and spoke out could be publicly shamed and humiliated. It sets back the idea that violence against women is to be taken seriously. No, it does not. Nobody is taking that back. Amber, it's been proven that you have lied. Like, it's been proven that Amber has lied about this case through the entire situation. And as a matter of fact, not just the case itself, she's been lying for years about this. I have heard many people, many women who claim to be victims of of domestic violence. And I'm not saying that they're not. Actually, I'm operating with the assumption that they actually are. They've come out and essentially tried to distance themselves from what Amber is saying that saying that what Amber is doing by lying about the situation will make them take claims of domestic violence less seriously. And quite frankly, I also subscribe to that train of thought. So if you're somebody who claims to be a victim of domestic violence, but there's a mountain of evidence that goes explicitly against your claim, proving that you were demonstrably false, that is going to make people disbelieve more claims of sexual assault or domestic violence. Another prime example of this case would be what's going on with Cleveland Browns quarterback Deshaun Watson. Whereas in that case, or the women that are claiming Deshaun Watson sexually assaulted them either have no evidence to back up their claims at the moment, as far as we know. They lied, or they're simply uncredible. And for those of you who have been paying attention to Browns or what's going on in the Browns fan base, there's a lot of discourse stating that fans do not believe these women at all. And to be quite honest with you, I do not think that either of these cases are going to benefit real victims of domestic violence. Now, going back to what Amber Heard said in her statement, she says, I believe Johnny's attorneys succeeded in getting the jury to overlook the key issue of freedom of speech and ignore evidence that was so conclusive that we won in the UK, Heard said. I'm sad I lost this case, but I am sadder still that I seem to have lost a right I thought I had as an American to speak freely and openly. So here is something that many people, too many Americans, do not understand about the First Amendment. The First Amendment is not limitless. There are limitations to what you can and cannot say in America. You cannot incite violence. You cannot threaten anybody, especially if that person is a high-ranking government official, and especially if they're the president of the United States. Obscenity is not protected speech. Neither are fighting words, neither is anything you say on social media, and neither is defamation. Also, about the United Kingdom trial, that trial was not against you. Johnny Depp's case was against the Sun, not Amber Heard. Amber was brought up in that case as a witness, but she was not the defendant. Also, there is a law here in the United States that says you cannot sue somebody, again, if you sued them in a defamation lawsuit in another country that has a direct answer to the First Amendment and you lost. So the United Kingdom does not have a direct answer to the First Amendment. They do honor freedom of speech, but they do not have a direct, bona fide piece of legislation in their government to counter the First Amendment. And two, as I have just said, that case was against the Sun, not Amber Heard. Neither of the two aspects were met in order for the judge to throw out Johnny's case against Amber Heard. So, all in all, I'd say I am satisfied with the way this lawsuit ended up. I thought that it was Amber's actions that directly did the damage, and therefore she wouldn't have much of a leg to sue on. But but apparently I was wrong. Alright, well, that's gonna do it for this video, and might actually do it for this series. I mean, we'll see if anything else comes up from this. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you like this video, leave a like, leave a comment, subscribe, share this video, share all my videos. What I'm thinking I might do is I might compile all my Johnny Depp versus Amber Heard videos into one video. If you guys would like to see that, stick around. Subscribe to this channel so you don't miss it. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch y'all next time. Bye.